Welcome back to Hanging Out with Florida Jack. Thought we'd trim this bush today while we talk. I'm sure many of you is like I am. You're out traveling around, doing everyday business. You're seeing the signs hanging everywhere. It says help wanted. This is an opportunity for you to realize something that a lot of you have already realized but may not have put it all together. The quality of workers in America, the quality of business management, the way business has been run has been affected not just by the COVID's what brought it out, but by the decline of the society workforce. That starts at home. Somebody doesn't just wake up one day and decide, I'm gonna be a great worker. It's usually started at home with the morals and values brought up in them. So in saying that, there's a unique opportunity available right now. Because of the COVID, so many people now we're getting these incentive checks. People who got laid off due to the COVID's getting that extra $600, so they refuse to go back to work. So what you have in the business world now are the people who are good workers who could not afford still and put that money up because they knew of hard times coming, and then the ones that's just out into the workforce who don't have those qualities, which is what you're seeing everywhere. You know them, you go into a place, they're too busy looking cute, playing with their phone, or trying to impress a customer with their good looks instead of their service. So, all you people who have always been claiming, I've been hunting a job and nobody will hire me, well, here's your time to shine, because there's work everywhere. So I just thought I'd give you a few tips on what makes a good employee. So maybe when you get that job, you might could keep that job, help your employer look a little better, and maybe move up the ladder of success instead of being shoved up the ladder of success. Now my thoughts on this are based from being a customer and from a broad spectrum of work. Since I graduated high school in 1995, I've worked construction, done stuff like been in boilers, been in digesters, precipitators, paper mills, chemical mills. I ran a local feed and garden center. I ran a local feed and garden center for 20 years. Worked for other people during them different times. Built swimming pools, worked in hayfields, dug ditches, put up fence for people. Worked on equipment. So I've been around a little bit to be able to see what's going on. And customer service just sucks. And when I say that, we'll get on what it's like to be a good customer later on, but today we're just going to talk about employee. What's it take to be a good employee? Apparently a lot of you need a little lesson in that. Number one thing that bothers me in public places with employees is a cell phone. I've experienced this as co-working with people in the past, as working people under me, and it's always the same. I gotta have it, it's an emergency. That's a lie you tell yourself. Nobody else believes that. There's no reason anybody needs to get a hold of you, don't know where you work and can get a hold of you. If they don't, put a voicemail message on there that says I work between these hours. If it's an emergency, call me at this number. If not, leave a message. I'll call you when I get off and get in my car and pick up my cell phone. There's no reason you should be on your phone while you're waiting on customers, period. The only reason you should have a phone if you're working is if you're on the road traveling or something like that, or out in the logging woods or in a secluded place by yourself. So leave your damn phone in the truck. There ain't no reason to have it inside, it's a distraction. Number two, customer don't care, the average customer don't care to stand there while you're taking time and not paying attention and focusing and fumbling with the cash drawer to hear you telling your coworker about your weekend or what you're gonna do. That's not part of your job. We don't come there to hear that. We come to a convenience store because it's quick and it's a convenience. So look cute on your own time. Let's just get stuff rung up, get it out the door. That your job is your character. I break that down, and the reason I say that is it may just sound like a pretentious ass, but that's not it. People have problems prioritizing priorities in your life. I've heard more than once, my wife means more to me than anything. Well, my wife is my number one choice. Bottom line is to support her and not have to live off the government and worry about why you ain't got too much. You got to be able to support her. You got to be able to work. Now, when I say my job is my life, I don't mean a specific job. I mean my credentials and who I represent as an employee means that I will be able to maintain and find work. It might not always be in the field I want, but I'll have work. I can support my family. If you can't get that on the front of your plate, then you're fooling yourself that your spouse means the most to you. Because if you can't support them, I mean, if you're too dumb to figure that out, you probably shouldn't even be watching this. Number two, your job, much like your life, should be organized. People shouldn't be having to tell you the same thing 3-4 times. If you run a fast food place and your milkshake machine breaks 8 or 10 times a month, and it's generally the same thing, doesn't take a genius for a manager to let's get a spare part to have on hand. It ain't even about the milkshake machine, it's the mismanagement of businesses. So that's the reason why. If you walk into your job every day and strive to improve the things that you can see that and it's pointed out to you when a customer says something to you, instead of jumping right on the defensive, try to get him took care of and then later on self-analyze. You keep improving them things, you won't have to put your job in front of your family. Your work ethic could come on out. You can go find a job anywhere you want to. I don't worry about that. I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. I don't worry about losing my job because I do what I'm supposed to do. I fall in, I go, and if I make a mistake, I own up to it and I improve myself. There's not a doubt in my mind if I lose my job, I'll be able to find another job. Will it be doing what I want to do? No, it might not be. It might be. It might be a temporary job, but I can get a job anywhere I want to because I work. People know my work ethic. I walk in there, I do my job. I'm not always gonna hit par 10, but because of the fact I do it most of the time, on the times when I don't, they don't. So you wanna look cute, be on somebody else's time. Get their phone number, give them your phone number, y'all get together when you get off, hang out, shoot shit. Blue collar workers, people out there working, building, doing labor work. It's even just as bad there. A lot of them is living with some of these gals that's getting all this money and they getting money and they all living it up, not showing up. I mean, that just don't even make good sense because other people's gonna take them jobs that works out there. So that's my answer. You want a good answer to leading your life right and trying to do right, not a level of getting rich and success, but a level of being able to pay your own bills and have something and not be job scared. Be a good employee. Spend your time molding into that. Leave your damn phone in the truck. Quit trying to look cute in front of customers and do your job. It's that simple. So in a closing message, I got advice for 2 sets of people. If you're one of them people that claim you've been hunting a job and nobody will hire you, like I said, it's your time to shine. Get on up, let's get on some clothes, get out there and beat them streets and hunt a job. If you're one of the unfortunate ones that is your son or spouse or daughter or nephew and they're sponging off you, this is your time to make them shine. You know you're out there where I am, you're seeing the different signs, you know there's work out there. If it were me, I might would support some grand youngins and stuff that didn't know no better. I ain't gonna support no youngin gonna lay up on their ass and not try. I'd formulate a plan. They say usually they ain't got no ride or no work clothes. Or I'd put up enough money while they was sponging off of me to buy a week's worth of work clothes. And I wouldn't buy a week, I'd buy one suit and I'd set them down and tell them, these days a week we going job hunting. I'm gonna show for you. You got this amount of time, lay out a plan. If you ain't got a job, get your shit and go. You need to stick to that. It's time to quit letting these kids mooch off of you, whether they're your family or whatever. There's more grandparents right now raising grand youngins where they should be living their golden years while the youngins is out drugging it up, partying and living off the government. It's your time to make them shine or get them the hell down the road. No reason for that. You should be enjoying life. It's time to break that cycle. You got to suffer and raise them grand youngins, make sure they got something. This is their point right here where them people should be out there working. These jobs there. If not, get on down the road. Anyhow, I was just thinking about that the other day while I was at the drive-thru. On a positive note, we got this here umbrella plant trimmed right on up. It's looking pretty. See y'all next time.